Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I'm Rupal, and in today's video we're going to talk about how you can be financially independent, especially when it comes to the matter of your education. We will be talking in three sets. Number one about school education, number two about undergraduate education, number three about higher education, whether chartered accountancy or MBA or any other master's program from abroad. Before we begin, let me share my educational background. I am a graduate from Shri College of Commerce and a chartered accountant, and for the last 8 years I have been a taxation consultant. In my last video, I spoke about my journey of becoming a chartered accountant and the struggles I faced. If you've not seen it, I'll link it in the description box, so please go and check that out. Despite all the financial problems in our family, my parents always ensured that we went to the best school in the city, and I will be forever grateful to them for this. But after a point of time, I decided to take my educational cost in my own hands. But back then I had no knowledge on what all options I can explore, so I just kept my eyes and ears open and grabbed the opportunities as they came. And that is why I wanted to make this video and share all my learnings with you guys, all my mistakes, so that it can help you charter a better course for your career. This video is for all kind of students, whether you are a school student or in undergraduate or you want to pursue a higher education. So let's get started. Number one, for school education. Somewhere in 9th or 10th standard, I realized that my school provides scholarship in the form of exempting 2 years of school fees if you top the school. So I rigorously studied and I topped the school and I got the scholarship. And here is the tip number one for you. Find out in your school if they provide any kind of scholarships. Talk to the administration, talk to the teachers, and they will let you know about the criteria, if there are any scholarships, how you can fit in the same category, and how you can avail that benefit. Even if your school does not have a scholarship program and you're somebody who's going through a financial stress, you can still speak to the management, tell them about your genuine case, and more often than not, they might help you out in the form of some sort of subsidy or scholarship. Tip number two, become a home tutor. Now, this is something which I did for a very brief period of my school time, but if you're someone who has spare time, you can actually teach younger students and it can give you a bit of extra cash in your hands. So see if that works for you. And here is the pro tip for you guys. You can actually open a bank account under the guidance of your parents and start saving all the money that you receive in the form of scholarship or in the form of home tuition fees, and do not spend it on unnecessary things. Next part is about undergraduate studies. If you've seen my earlier video, you would know that I financed my undergraduate studies with the help of educational loan. So in this part, I will talk about all the other tips and tricks as well, how you can help with your undergraduate studies. So let's start. Tip number one is yes, educational loans. Now there are many national banks which give educational loans for undergraduate studies. You can speak to the manager, you don't have to pay it right away, complete your studies. There is a gap in between when your EMIs will start. So get to know about the eligibility criteria and you can avail the loan. But personally, I am not so much in favor of this educational loan because it adds up a hefty amount in the interest cost. So if you can avoid it, better for you. Tip number two is on scholarships. I feel that this is one of the most underrated aspects of undergraduate studies. You can get so many scholarships. Let's divide it into two parts. Number one is scholarships from your board of studies. For example, CBSE provides this central sector scheme of scholarships for college and university students. It gives an annual amount to the students and you have to renew your scholarships every year. but there are similar scholarships from other state boards and other state governments, and all of these details are provided on the National Scholarship Portal. I will link it down in the description box. You can check every scholarship whether it suits your eligibility criteria, and you can take the benefit of it. The second kind of scholarships is through college. Now, every college again provides a lot of scholarships for its students. Generally, these kind of scholarships are listed on their websites. So please do check the website of your college to see the kind of scholarship the college provides. In addition to that, for example, in my college, there were certain MNCs which were sponsoring students on need cum merit basis. So you should speak to the administration and the professors of your college. They are generally aware what kind of scholarships are provided by the college itself, through the trustees, or even through other third party like an MNC. A word of caution here: the scholarships may not cover your entire education expense, especially for students who are not living with their parents and they are actually living independently in a different city. So save all your money, use it only for your education, and let's see in the pro tip what more can you do. So here is the pro tip for all of you: upskill, freelance, and then earn money. In undergraduation college, I believe that we have a lot of spare time which we can use to learn a new skill, and it can be a skill of your own choice, whether it's graphic designing, it's caricature making, it may be coding, or anything which you like. You can search for these kind of skills on websites like Skillshare or Coursera or any other similar platforms. They provide free courses for you to learn. So find your interest, hone your skill, and then you can later earn money from it. Initially, you can do some freelancing. I'm sharing certain Instagram handles which promotes freelancers. Check these out. Honestly, I wish someone would have told me back in the days to do this activity, but if you are somebody who has spare time, please learn a new skill. You cannot even imagine where it can take you few years down the line. This brings me to the third part, which is higher education. I have done the CA course, and that is why after completing my IPCC, I went on to join the articleship where I could get decent amount of money to cover my living expense, and the money that I got from scholarship, I used it in my coaching fees. Pro tip for all the CA article students: actually it is a saying from Warren Buffett, and he says that you should not save after spending, rather you should spend after saving. And this is the principle I have applied all through, and you can do it too. Whatever amount of stipend you get, save a minimum amount of money every month. For example, every bank provides for a recurring deposit. You can save as minimum as 500 rupees every month, and at the end of the year you would get 6,000 bucks plus some interest. So friends, you do not have to save a huge amount of money at one time. Rather, start small. Remember, every small step is one step ahead from where you were yesterday. Now, for all the students who want to go abroad for higher studies, maybe for MBA or a master's degree, I know it can be a really expensive affair. So here are the tips that you can apply to finance your higher education. Tip number 1: low cost financing. Now, there are certain educational loans which we have already spoken about in the last section. Here I am talking about low cost student loans. You can get it from, for example, Prodigy Finance. I will also share the link in the description box. Now, Prodigy Finance provides concessional student loans with no collateral, and they have flexible repayment schemes as well. The catch here is that Prodigy Finance provides student loans for certain category of schools. So you should definitely check out the link and their website whether your school is covered there or not. Tip number 2 is scholarship and sponsorship programs. Now, for higher education abroad, The scholarship can be a full scholarship or only a partial scholarship. It can also cover your travel, insurance, and other expenses. Scholarships are granted by different organizations like particular trust, PSUs, certain international organizations like World Bank and United Nations, maybe by the foreign universities themselves or the government of that country. I also know this can be quite overwhelming for a student to understand so many things for deadlines, for their criteria. There are different portals for this. So all of this is actually collated at one portal by this particular website called wemakescholars.com. You can check their website, literally go fill in the criteria, what you want to study, where you want to go, and there are all the scholarships which are fitting your criteria will show up there. I will be putting all the links in the description box, so check this out. Again, this is not a sponsored video by any of these websites. It is just for your information so that it can help you guys. Tip number 3 is the internships and the part-time jobs. Now for different colleges, internships and part-time jobs can vary. It may or may not be allowed in your college. So do reach out to the administration staff and the student help desk centers. They can help you and guide you in the right direction. In nutshell, what I want to say is the power of networking plays a major role. So please don't be shy, ask relevant questions and you will get your answer in one form or the other. Let me summarize for you guys. Part 1 on school education. Tip number 1, talk to your teachers and administration for scholarships or subsidy programs. Tip number 2, you can become a home tutor, and the pro tip here is whatever money you earn, put it right away in the savings bank account. For the undergraduation college, tip number 1 is the educational loans. Tip 2 is the scholarships from the Board of Studies, state boards, or even your respective college. The pro tip here is upskill yourself, freelance, and then earn money. For higher education, tip 1 is the low cost finance, maybe from Prodigy Finance and similar organizations. Tip 2 is the sponsorships and the scholarship programs from different organizations. Tip 3 is the internships and the part-time jobs. And the pro tip here is you can check wemakescholars.com and speak to your administrations and student help desk centers for part-time jobs. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helped you, and if it did, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends and family so that this video can help them as well. Please leave down in the comment section below what was the point which was most relevant for you, and if you have any other questions, please also put it in the comment section and I will answer them. We can also connect on Instagram and Facebook. All the social media channels are in the description box. So let's join the community and support each other. Don't forget, I come up with videos every Friday. So if you're someone who's looking for inspirational and informational content, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss on any update. Till then, keep visualizing your goals and dream big. I'll see you again next Friday. Bye.